Thank you all for coming to my Healthy Snacking in a Nutshell talk. My name is Sarah Zellers, and I am a dietetic student at the University of Memphis. This is my first time public speaking on this topic, so please bear with me. We are being overseen by Anita Vincent, who is a registered dietitian, so hopefully she will correct anything that I might make a mistake on. I am a Kids Eat Right campaign volunteer through the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and I've come to speak to you today about healthy snacking. Today's presentation will be on the importance of healthy snacking for adults, and will provide insight into snacking trends and tips on healthy snacking. And at the end, we're going to do a little activity, and like I said, there will be a handout. So snacking isn't just for kids, it's very important for adults too, and it's an important part of a healthy diet. Most people should have 3 meals a day and 2 healthy snacks, and having 1 or 2 healthy snacks in your day may help you through that afternoon slump where everybody just kind of gets a little tired and run down, and it can prevent you from eating too much during the 3 main meals. And they can be colorful and tasty too, and a good way to include those extra fruits and vegetables that everybody's always telling us we need to have. Eating fruits and vegetables with snacks is always recommended because these are food groups most of us don't get enough of, and they're the lowest in calories, and they're very nutrient-dense foods. So we can eat kind of a lot of them. But did you know you can mix and match healthy food groups to get a wide variety within your snack instead of just having that handful of baby carrots? Like I provided us over here, this is a Greek yogurt ranch strip, so you get the high protein in the Greek yogurt along with the calcium, along with the vitamins in the baby carrots. So it's a great way to combine your food groups. And if you're worried about overdoing it, just remember the general rule of thumb is your healthy snack should be 200 calories or less. And that just, unless your calorie needs are greater or lower, which is why you should always talk to a professional who knows you and your situation before starting any kind of diet. So you can get creative. And there are other ways. Like I said, there's the hummus over there that's high in protein along with those good fats, mono and polysaturated fats. Low-fat yogurt dip, which we have. You can do mango salsas instead of just the traditional tomato salsas. Wheat crackers, bean dip, the varieties are endless when it comes to your healthy snacking choices. And of course we all know if we put good gas in our car's going to run better and it will last longer. And it's the same with our bodies. If we don't eat enough foods that are good for us, we won't run as well as we should be able to. And consuming fruits and vegetables daily is important so that we get all the vitamins, minerals, and not to mention fiber and many other things in our diet. It's sad to think that less than half of us eat enough fruits and vegetables daily, much less the calcium and whole grains that are recommended to us. And these figures add up to 68% of adults in the United States weighing more than they should. And being overweight can lead to numerous diseases and shorten an individual's lifespan by many years, which many studies have backed that up. And overweight and obesity and their associated health problems have significant economic impact on the United States healthcare system. In 1998, approximately $78.5 billion were spent on obesity-related health care costs, and 10 years later the expense grew to $147 billion a year. And medical costs associated with overweight and obesity may involve direct and indirect costs. Direct medical costs may include preventative, diagnostic, and treatment services related to obesity. Indirect costs relate to morbidity and mobility costs. Mobility costs are defined as the value of income lost from decreased productivity, restricted activity, absenteeism, and bed days. Mortality costs are the value of future income lost by premature death, and that's from the CDC. The U.S. Surgeon General says that this generation may be the first to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents. Poor eating habits and limited physical activity resulting in overweight and obesity can have lifelong consequences. So that being said, what should we be eating? The USDA released the new My Plate in 2011 to replace the old food pyramid. And following some of these key principles can help you make smart meal and smart snack choices. And if you're not familiar with My Plate, There is whole websites devoted to it, or I'm sure myself or Anita would be happy to explain to you the My Plate concept later. Some important healthy snacking rules. There's going to be a test.
Is this on it?
Maybe. 1 or 2 healthy snacks that are carefully planned in your day may keep you from overeating on your next meal and provide you valuable nutrients if you choose widely. Consider having at least 1 food group for a snack, if not 2, or more than that if you can fit them in. For example, consider having a fruit and protein for a snack, such as apple and peanut butter or some other nut butter. And please don't mistake healthy snacking for grazing. They're not the same thing. Grazing is not recommended throughout the day. You should plan your meals and stick with them for the best overall diet that you can have. Eat snacks that are 200 calories or less. And this fits for most adults, but like I said earlier, make sure that it fits within your personal needs, including your physical activity needs. Healthy snacks are limited only by your imagination. Many meal items in smaller portions make great healthy snacks, such as a half a sandwich or a small cup of soup. A piece of whole fruit, handful of nuts, or a slice, even a veggie pizza is a great option, as long as you build it into your daily routine. Here are some other examples of mix and match types of food. And the FDA says, quote, scientific evidence suggests but does not prove that eating 1.5 ounces per day of most nuts, such as pistachios, which you do have over there, as part of a diet low in saturated fat and cholesterol may help reduce the risk of heart disease. So nuts are rich in healthy fats. So a lot of people tend to shy away from nuts because they look at the nutrition and say, ooh, that's a lot of fat. Well, these are the good fats. They're not the saturated fats. These are the ones that can actually help lower cholesterols. Fiber of the nuts helps to keep you full, so you're less likely to eat more later. Or even if you include them with another food, it helps to make your appetite smaller because the fiber just satisfies you more. The vitamin E in many nuts may slow the development of plaque in your arteries, which can lead to coronary heart disease. Plant sterols can help lower cholesterol. You hear that all the time. Antioxidants can also be found in nuts. Pistachios have the highest amount of antioxidants compared to any other nut. I'm a big pistachio fan. And these can help prevent cancer, heart disease, and other diseases. And nuts are great for the entire family. And nuts are very nutritious and have a lot to offer. As in any food, moderation is important, of course. 1 ounce is about the size of a palmful in your hand. So you don't want to grab a whole big hunk of nut. You just want a small shake of nuts, and that's about 1 ounce probably. Although this isn't a large amount of nuts, the healthy fats, protein, and fiber will keep you feeling fuller longer than many other snacks. So choose nuts over, say, pretzels, and those nuts will stick with you a lot longer than those pretzels probably will. Also, nuts tend to have very low impact on blood sugar, so they're a great snack for people who have issues with blood sugar, such as diabetics. Pistachio nuts may provide a mighty nutritional punch and are very versatile. They can be eaten alone or with sweet or savory foods. If you've never had pistachio ice cream, highly recommend it. Not exactly healthy, but everything in moderation. They have a long shelf life and are very portable. They don't get crunched up in your bag. You can keep them in your glove compartment of your car, and you don't have to worry about them spoiling in the heat or in the cold. And you can extend the shelf life of nuts by either keeping them in the freezer or in the refrigerator. So instead of keeping them for a month or 2, you can extend their life way beyond that. The 3 grams of fiber in pistachios give you a great source of fiber and the same amount in a serving of oatmeal. So 49 pistachios have the same amount of fiber as 1 traditional serving of oatmeal. Wow. And we become a very mobile society, and you may feel like you spend half of your life in the car or on the go. And so it makes a trip a lot longer if you're hungry, and you're much more likely to make bad food choices if you don't have something easily portable in hand. So keeping things like nuts and granola bars, bottled water, whole grain crackers, and dried fruit are great snack options that you can keep in your desk, keep in your car, or keep in your handbag. Portable snacks are snacks that don't need refrigeration, don't expire quickly, and don't squish or smash easily and can fit in a bag and container. And remember to keep your serving of nuts to 1 ounces or a great snack under 200 calories. So here are some more portable snack ideas, which I do include some of those too, the pistachios in case you've never had them before, and trail mix, which you can buy in bulk for cheaper, the big bags, and portion it out yourself, or if you would rather, they do make them in individual already portioned out bags for people that really just don't feel like they have the time to worry about serving sizes. Nut butters are a great option. You want to look for the natural nut butters. The more processed they become, the more sugars and things are added. If you have a nut allergy in your family, they do make soy butters and things that are a great source of fiber and protein also, that you don't have to worry about nut allergies. All right. Activity time! So we have.
They have a large bag, about like that, of shelled pistachios at Costco. And I started buying them when they were $19. They're now $26 for that bag.
Well, people are discovering the benefits of pistachios
Yes.
and why they are good for you and good to include in your diet.
Yeah, I eat them too fast if I buy them like that.
If I have to
I
shell
have to buy
them,
them in the
it
shell.
takes me much longer to eat them.
It's
and you
so
don't
down.
after a while.
But it's so convenient to buy them in the bag. But
I would eat a lot.
You gotta
I would be doing the
measure
handfuls.
them out, though. 1 ounce is practically nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So is that 1 ounce shelled or not shelled? All right, so snacking activity. Portable snacks, using what you learned today. So hope you were listening. List 5 healthy snacks that you can keep in your car, take to work, or keep in your gym bag. Each snack should include 1 or 2 food groups and have less than 200 calories. So be creative with it too. Don't just stick with the normal things. All right, does anybody have a favorite portable snack? Now, remember, portable means it doesn't require refrigeration. So does anybody have a favorite portable snack that you like to keep with you so you don't make bad snacking choices that you like to share?
I like popcorn. Popcorn was on one of your things, but if it does, as long as it's not the fake microwave kind.
Right.
Real popcorn in portion bags. I can keep that in my
Popcorn's
car.
great. It's very high in fiber, and it's a good quick snack. And most places do have a microwave that you can use to make your popcorn. Anybody else?
I want peanut butter pretzels.
Peanut butter pretzels.
Nuggets.
Yep. Yeah. No. Peanut butter pretzels have the nut butter in them, so that's got a protein kick to it. And the pretzel itself, as long as you're choosing a whole grain pretzel, is a great way to get your whole grain, meet your whole grain quota for the day, which will have the fibers in it also.
I don't leave home without my almonds. Just
Almonds.
ask Christy and Chris. They hear me crunch them every day.
Almonds are great too. And these days, I mean, even in Kroger, you can get so many almonds that are, of course, the dry roasted is the best for you, but I know I can't eat them unless they're like the cinnamon almonds or the dark chocolate. Not the dark chocolate
I just
coated,
eat them raw. I
but
don't like
too.
anything
powder.
on them.
Yeah, the
They're
powdered, right. And that's just the personal, because my family, we did not grow up eating nuts. So for me, nuts and that is something that I'm sure some of your kids or family members would encounter, and so it might be a way to kind of trick them into trying something, and then you gateway. gateway into
Chocolate on it.
the better choices. All right, and the next one are cooler snacks, and these are snacks that you can put into a cooler to take on trip, to a ball game, to wherever you need to go. And remember, 1 to 2 food groups and less than 200 calories.
Apple and peanut butter.
Apple with peanut butter, that's a good one.
Oh gosh,
Yep.
you just don't know.
And I do recommend trying, peanut butter is great. I'm a peanut butter junkie, but I have discovered the joy of almond butters and pistachio butters, and a lot of grocery stores, not just the Whole Foods, but I know there are some of the Krogers in the area now have nut butter grinding stations where you can choose your nut and it will grind it for you fresh into the nut butter. And so then you have no added sugars or anything like that. It is the pure nut butter and it is so good. So,
That's my favorite, almond butter.
Still like peanut butter.
oh yeah, I'm a peanut butter fan too,
Heard it's not
yes.
good for you, but I like it.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Isn't there something like a fungus or something on
No.
I'm gonna tell my husband
That's
you
only in
said
those
that.
illegally stored peanuts in countries we've never heard of.
I'm gonna keep eating my peanut butter now.
All right, well, that's the end of the activity. On the back is just a little reminder for you guys of the things that we've talked about and the benefits of nuts. And figure out where I'm at. So, healthy snacking. Thank you for attending today's healthy snacking presentation. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your very busy days to come up and listen to me talk about snacking choices. The Kids Eat Right campaign has a little survey on the back that if you would take a minute to, just go online and fill out the survey, and that goes to the Kids Eat Right campaign about the presentation today. So, are there any questions for me that I can answer?
I did. You mentioned dried fruit,
Yes.
and I've avoided that because it seems like the sugar is so high on that.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the dried fruit in say a dried plum, it's the same amount of sugar as in a whole plum, but you can eat a lot more dried plums very
Is that
quickly
it?
than you can a whole plum. At least that's my understanding. Is so people who eat dried fruit tend to eat a lot more of them than if they were eating the whole fruit, and so you do end up with a lot more sugar because it's
It's more
the
concentrated.
mass. It's more concentrated per piece. But they don't inject
I
dried
thought it
fruit
had
with
more.
sugar.
I knew they didn't inject
So-
it, but I thought
the
somehow in
drying
the process
process,
it was more
It created more sugar.
concentrated so that you were getting more sugar in each.
My understanding is that it's not so much you're getting more sugar in each piece, but the serving size is larger. And so
For
a serving
size,
size,
the
right.
sugar content's higher.
Right, so a serving size
Okay.
of one orange versus if you're eating dried oranges, it can be the equivalent of 2 or 3 oranges. The same with dried apple. I love dried apple slices. We I make them when the apples are in season, and when they're not in season, we buy them at various stores. And the serving size of dried apple rings is the equivalent of, I think, 2.5 apples or something like that.
Wow.
And so you're eating a lot more sugar that way. It's not that they have added sugar to it. It's that you're just eating more of the fruit. And so that's why, personally, I like eating dried fruits in trail mixes with nuts and things like that, because you're getting the fiber and everything. And so you feel fuller, but you're still getting that nice sweetness of the dried fruit also. That's just a personal preference of mine. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you for taking your time.
Good job, Sarah.
And please, snack away.
Yeah, these are great snacks.